How many of us want to be teachers? Yaani sisi tumesumbua walimu mpaka tutaki kuwa walimu. You don't want to be teachers? Let me tell you, one of the most important professions you can ever decide to do is teaching. If you've not thought about teaching, think about being a teacher. It might not pay as well as a pilot. It might not pay as well as a dentist or a doctor or a gynae or a politician. But being a teacher pays in many folds. You will never know. I don't know. When I'm standing here, I don't know which student that I spoke to one day and they were about to give up. And I inspired them and changed their lives. And when they are making dua, maybe they wake up during the night when everyone is sleeping and they remember me and mention my name to Allah. I don't know. So I implore you, think about being a teacher. You'll never go wrong. Don't think about the money. If you love to be a gynae because that's your passion, be a gynae. But teaching is a great profession. Okay? Don't worry about the brothers. It's just me and you. Like you guys, you could have decided to be anywhere, but you've decided to be here with us, with me. And I love that. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Can we clap for ourselves? Are you guys up? Mko na energy yenu iko tu kidogo tu hivi chini. Okay, but tuachangamka, si ndio? So today, by the time I finish this talk, I want us to feel alive. I want us to feel our self-esteem is up there. I want us to feel self-worthy. I want us to have self-awareness. I want us to feel valuable. I want us to feel valuable. I want us to know that Allah loves us. Allah does what? Loves us. That He created us as human beings. Allah would have created us this hall. Allah would have created you this bottle or this water. Allah would have created you a cockroach. But Allah loved you so much that He created you a human being. And He said, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. Allah loves you. Isn't that amazing? Allah loves you so much that you guys can look at me and see. You guys can think. I can tell you something funny and you laugh. I can tell you something emotional and you'll be emotional. I can tell you something enlightening and you'll nod your head in admission that yeah, that's a great point. And I'll tell you something touching and you cry. And if you don't cry, I'll pinch you. So I'm here today to remind you how valuable you are. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. And I want us to, unaona venye tulikuwa pale nje kwa kiwanja mimi napenda klasi yangu wanajua, si ndio? Tujiachilie, tufurahi, si ndio? This life is hard. But wewe, you can choose your life. You can choose your hard. You can choose to have courage, to know yourself, to be the best version of yourself. Okay? Sawa sawa? I want to start with a story. Siku moja, sote tunaelewa Kiswahili? Hujui Kiswahili? So I want to start with the story. Siku moja, niko pale Jamia, ama pas Jamia. I work at a media station, so nilikuwa nimeenda kununua kitu. So nimetoka Jamia, I remember at that time, nilikuwa napitia one of the toughest time of periods in my life. In my marriage, my family. Yani, nilikuwa napitia a very, very tough situation. So, niko pale nimebeba mzigo, natembea. Sasa mimi alafu wakati huo pia niko na njaa, ni saa kama saa 8 hivi, jua inawaka, alafu niko very hungry. So nimebeba ile mzigo, mawazo yangu tu iko kwa shida zangu. So mimi natembea, naenda, then nikiwa napita nikaona mama wawili wamekaa mahali pale, wale wa kuomba pesa, wale beggars wamekaa pale wawili. So mimi I don't know them, so wanasema Waswahili, usiyemjua ama asiyekujua kuthamini. So mimi natembea tu nikienda on my kazi yangu tu. Then nikiwakaribia nikasikia wanaongea. Nikasikia mmoja ameambia mwenzake, mimi nakwambia maisha inakuanga ngumu. Maisha ni ngumu, lakini Mungu anaweza kubariki. Usi give up. Mwenyezi Mungu siku moja anaweza kubariki. Upate amekupea bwana kama huyu. Alafu anani point. You guys mtaki kucheka? Mnaweza nichekelea. What do you think I felt? What do you think I felt? I felt nice. Yes. Okay, mbona utafilaje? Utafeel kublush, embarrassed, ndio? Ukweli nilifikiria sana kukimbia. But wakati nilienda nikaji-recollect, when I sat down and recollected myself, and I thought about what has just happened, I thought, yani mimi Hamza Hassan ama Hassan Hamza, I'm living in my head for the problems that I have. I think I'm not worthy. I think I'm not valuable. But there is someone somewhere seated down and they look at me, and if only they would have the life that I have, it will be a miracle to them. You get my point? And yet me, I was living in my head with my problems, thinking that I am a nobody, thinking that my problems own me. I was so wrong. And I'm telling you this because it's not only me, it's us. How many times have you thought about yourself and thought about the problems that you have? How many times have you looked at yourself and thought, if only I was as tall as so and so, if only I was as light-skinned or as beautiful and so and so, if only I had the eyes, the blue eyes or the brown eyes that you want, if only I had the hair, if only I had the figure of, you look at yourself and you devalue yourself. I'm here to tell you, to remind you that you guys are. And that's our number one point. Write this down. I am valuable. Write that down. I am valuable. No. Guys, bring your energy up. I am valuable. I want you to know that you guys are self-worth. You guys are valuable. I want to remind you guys that you are more precious than diamond, than gold, than all the silver and all the precious metals in the world. You guys are more valuable. And I want to tell you a story. Two guys were traveling in the desert. Two guys. The first one had a pouch hanging here with gold inside. And the second one had an intention to steal the gold from the first one. So when they were traveling, he would look at him, observe him very well. So when nighttime fell, they pitched a tent. The guy with the intention to steal, he pretended to have slept. When the friend slept, he woke up, searched him all over for the gold. He did not find it. He slept, very angry. He slept. The next day, he saw him with the gold, again hanging here like nothing had happened. He said, today I have to get it. Today I have to get it. So that day, he did all he could. All he could. He observed him very well. If yesterday he had observed him 50%, today he added another percent, let's say 70 or 80. He said, today I have to get the gold. When nighttime fell, he did the same thing. Slept. When the friend slept, he woke up, searched him all over for the gold, did not find it. The third day, he saw him with the gold again. He said, today, 100%, I'll get this gold. Nighttime fell. He pretended to have slept. Woke up when the friend had slept. Searched him all over for the gold. He did not find it. The next day, he saw him with the gold again. And he said, no, this is too much. The curiosity and the anger had mixed up. And he told him, my friend, every day, during the day, I see you with the gold. But during the night, when you have slept, I search you all over for the gold. I don't find it. Please, where do you put it? And the friend looked at him and smiled and said, I knew you had the intention of stealing the gold from me. So every day before I sleep, I put it in your pocket. Every day before I sleep, I do what? I put it in your pocket. Yesterday, I was speaking in a school, and I told this story. And I told this story, and they laughed. By the way, they laughed more than you. They laughed more than you. Anyway, I asked them, what's the lesson from this story? And they shot answers from every direction. One of them said, unajua huko kidogo ni watu wa ghetto. Akasema, unajua inatufunza kuficha vitu zako zisiibiwe. Kila mtu akasema, alafu there was a girl amekaa hapo katikati akainua mkono. You know what she said? She said, and this is the lesson, that everything that you are looking for, everything that you want is already within. Within? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Like I told you, you guys are more valuable than gold. You guys are beautiful. I want us to say this. The words that follow I am. Hey guys. The words that follow I am. Hey, nimetoka kwa ile class nyingine bwana walikuwa wamechangamka haki. Oh, you want me to live here? Eh? Tuchangamke, si ndio? Or we are tired? Eh? The words that follow I am. The words that follow I am. Let's say it like we mean it. The words that follow I am. The words that follow I am. Follow me. Follow me. If I start telling myself I am ugly. If I start telling myself that I am ugly. I am stupid. I am stupid. I am a failure. I am a failure. I will never find a good spouse. Kwa hiyo spouse mtaki? I will always be poor. I will always be poor. I can never be as good and so and so. I can never be as good as so and so. That's what I will become. That's what I will become. I have told myself. I have told myself. That for too long. That for too long. Now, it's time for me to change my I am. It's time for me to change my I am. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Tuseme, let's say nakaswag kidogo. Tuseme nakaswag, eh? We can say nakaswag kidogo. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am successful. I am successful. I am wise. I am wise. I can make an impact. I can make an impact. In my family. In my family. In my school. In my school. In my country. In my country. In the world. In the world. In my religion. In my religion. I can. I can. I can. I can. I will. I will. I must. I must. Can we do that? Can we do that again? Yes. You don't want? Yes. I can. I can. I will. I will. I must. I must. We have to believe in ourselves. Like I told you, Allah loves you so much that He gave you, or He created you like as a human being. The people that make it in this world, do they have 4 eyes? No. Eh? No. Because they have 4 eyes, they see farther? Eh? No. Do they have 4 ears? No. Do they have like several mouths? No. In fact, if someone had 4 eyes, we will run away. Sindio? There are people like you and I. And when I look at you, I see success in you. When I look at you, I see successful people. I see people that if you decide today, let's say this together. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. Today, I believe I am valuable. I am successful. I am beautiful. You know you're beautiful that unaona huko saa ile mmefunga shule alafu chalia anakuja ati anakuambia ati sasa aki wewe ni mrembo. Unamwambia angalia ati akikuja kukudanganya hebu tuseme pamoja I know. Anakuambia nini ati anataka kuingiza box anakudanganya. Aki uko na macho poa. Unamwambiaje? I know. Ati una smile poa. Unamwambia? I know. Unajitambua, si ndio? Unafanya nini? Unajitambua. Mtu hawezi kufanya nini? Hawezi kukudanganya. You don't fall for hizo kidogo kidogo. You say, I know. Asikulete, si ndio? Ati uko na macho supu? I know. Pigia makofi. Point number 2. Point number 2. We said point number 1 is? I am valuable. Not I know. Point number 2 ni? I know. Point number 2, a cup overflows. A cup overflows with what is inside. A cup overflows with what is inside. A cup does what? With what is inside. When you look at this bottle, nini iko ndani? Maji, si ndio? Kwa sababu ya nini? Kwa sababu maji ndio imewekwa ndani, si ndio? So nikitoa ama nikikunywa ndakunywa nini? Naona pale kuna moja iko na juice. Timu yellow wanakunywa juice ya yellow. Hiyo chupa iko na juice, si ndio? So iki overflow nini ita overflow? Juice, si ndio? What if tukiweka hapa oil? Nini ita overflow? Damu. Tukiweka ujinga. Tukiweka urembo, ametuambia urembo. Tukiweka urembo, tutapata nini? Urembo. Usikue kama wale. Angalia, be in your life. Put in yourself. You are a vessel. Si ndio? Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam anatuambia hii moyo yetu is like ni kama sponge hivi. Ukichukua hiyo sponge uweke maziwa, nini itatoka ukifinya? Maziwa. Ukiweka damu, ukiweka oil. Sisi pia tukiamua kila siku kwa life yetu, we want kukuwa na, if you want to have courage, what do you put inside of you? Every day kidogo kidogo unaweka nini? Courage. If you want to be wise, what do you put? Wisdom. If you want to be knowledgeable, what do you put? Knowledge. If you want to be hardworking, what do you put? Discipline. Discipline. So every day of your life, I like to tell people, every day of your life, go to the biggest room in the world. Nana, you're the biggest room in the world? What is the biggest? Hata wale ni mwafunzo wajui? Sijakwambia hiyo the biggest room in the world, you don't know? You have forgotten. What is the biggest room in the world? What is the biggest room in the world? Success. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. Si mnipigie makofi bana, mimi nimesoma haki. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. Nani ashai kuingia kwa room of improvement akapata kama imejaa? So every day of your life, if you just strive, you think, a few years ago, I was speaking the way I'm speaking today. Nikitoka pale, kwa ile klasi nyingine mwanafunzi mmoja ameniuliza, sasa ile natoka kanita kaniuliza, when you were young, did you want to become a motivational speaker? No, I did not. Maisha ndio imeninyorosha. Paka nikapata kitu ya kusema. Anyway, every day of my life nilianza kusikiza other motivational speakers. Nikaanza kuangalia kwa maisha yangu pain gani yenye nimepitia, yenye naweza tumia. Every day of my life nilianza kuimprove, kusoma, kuongelesha watu. When I started speaking, I could not speak the way I'm speaking today. I could not make you laugh. I could not make you think or ponder. But alhamdulillah, because every day of my life, I went to the biggest room in the world. I want us to say it together. Every day of my life.
Every day of my life.
Let's say it with the swag, bana. Na maringo kidogo. Every day of my life.
Every day of my life.
I will go.
I will go
to the biggest room.
To the biggest room
in the world.
In the world.
Do you promise that?
Yes.
Usikue kama wale wasichana anatoboa mapua, anatoboa ulimi, mdomo, anatoboa macho, anatoboa mpaka hapa kitovu, lakini hatoboi maisha. Every day of your life, do something important with your life, okay? Do something important with your life. Every day of your life. Kidogo kidogo. Venye tulikuwa pale chini niliwaambia, this is your first week in school. This is your first week. Before you know it, it will be your last week. What matters is what you do between this time, what you study, what you put in your mind and in your heart between this time and that time. Only that ndio itafanya nini? Ita separate you. Mwalimu mwenyewe amemwambia pale chini, in biology kuna natural selection, si ndio? The best, the fittest ndio watafanya nini? But you guys, you can decide today to work extra harder. You can decide today. You know, I have our last born. His name anaitwa Richard. So when alikuwa class 5, sasa I think form 2, akiwa class 5 6. One time during the holidays akakuja kunitembelea, kuja kukaa kwangu. I was a bachelor, tulikuwa tunakaa tu na yeye. So akiwa kwangu nili notice akona ana stammer. So hiyo kustama I noticed inafanya self esteem yake inakuwa very low. Alafu shule pia hakuwa na perform vizuri. So I decided every day before niende kazini nikaanza kumwambia, alikuwa anaitwa Pasi nickname. So nilikuwa namwambia and I'll tell you and then you will repeat. So nikaanza kumwambia, namwambia Pasi, ananiambia hakuna kitu siwezi fanya. Pasi,
Hakuna kitu siwezi fanya.
Seme pamoja. Pasi,
Hakuna kitu siwezi fanya.
tuongeze sauti kidogo. Pasi,
Hakuna kitu siwezi fanya.
form once.
Hakuna kitu siwezi fanya.
Wakati so tukakaa naye mpaka shule ikafungwa. Then akaenda nyumbani. Then one day nikiwa kazini, my mother gives me a call. And then you know, ukifika age yangu you will understand. Mama yako akikupigia simu, there's a time anakupigia simu, utajua tu from the start anataka pesa. Saa zingine akikupigia simu, utajua tu from the start kuna kitu mbaya imefanyika mahali. Ama something else. So hiyo siku mamangu akitaka favor, akitaka pesa nini, ananipigia ananiambia, "Daddy." Ananiambiaje? "Daddy." Aya, kama anataka kitu kingine imefanyika ananiambia, "Sema father." Ananiambia hivyo. "Sema father." So hiyo siku akanipigia akaniambia, "Daddy." Nikajua let me wait for nini next. Akaniambia, "Mwalimu wa kina Richard amenipigia, mwalimu wa kina Pasi amenipigia." Akasema huyo mtoto mali alikuwa ameenda kama wakati shule ilikuwa imefungwa arudi huko. Nikamuuliza kwa nini? Akasema mwalimu ameniambia huyo mtoto amesoma hapa for 5-6 years kutoka class 1 mpaka sasa yuko class 6. Hajawahi improve vile ameimprove saa hii. Hajawahi fanya nini? Hajawahi kuimprove vile ameimprove saa hii. Kwa hivyo mwalimu hata haja request, ameamrisha mwalimu mtoto alikuwa arudi huko. Kwa sababu ya nini? After Allah, every day nilikuwa na mjaza vessel yake, na ijaza na something positive. Na ijaza na self-worth, self-awareness. Ajue yeye ni mtu wa maana. Na wakati alirudi shule, mwalimu aliweza kufanya nini? Kunotice. Mwalimu aliweza kunotice. So hii ndio mimi nawaambia, you guys, every day of your life, go to the biggest room in the world. Whatever you add in yourself, add something, add beauty, add courage, add knowledge, add wisdom. Feel yourself as someone that is worthy, someone that's valuable. Okay? Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't add add value into yourself between now and the time itakuwa imebaki 1 week, you will be the same person. In short, you will be the same person 4 years from now, except for the hard work you put in, for the books you read, and the people that you spend your time with. Okay? Sawa sawa? Yes. I want you to say this with me. I have the face.
I have the face.
I have the body.
I have the body.
I have the name.
I have the name.
I will do it.
I will do it.
I can.
I can.
I will.
I will.
I must.
I must.
I can.
I can.
I will.
I will.
I must.
I must.
Point number 3. We've talked about you are valuable. We've said you are valuable. We've said you are
Valuable.
And then point number 2 we said? And we've said we want to put inside, what do we want to put inside of ourselves? Wisdom and courage and knowledge and beauty. Si ndio? Si tunataka kufeel warembo? Ama tutaki kufeel warembo? Hebu ama? Hatutaki kufeel warembo, hebu tufanyeni warembo kidogo. Hatutaki kufeel warembo? Point number 3. Tough times don't last. Tough times, but tough people do. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. You know, most of the time, and why I'm telling you this point, are you inspired? Kwanza, are you inspired with what you have shared?
Yes.
You are inspired?
Yes.
You are really inspired, sindio?
Yes.
But because we are inspired, today is a good day. Today is a good day because we are here together. We are sharing words of wisdom. We are sharing words of inspiration. We are sharing words of encouragement. But every day will not be the same. Tomorrow will not be as good as today. You will lose some things that you love. You will lose some things that you are attached to. Your parents will get sick. Our parents will not avoid it. At times they will do what? They will return to Allah. Isn't it? You will get sick. At times, maybe your exam, you will study and expect to get good results. But at times you will fail. At times you will not be motivated like we are motivated today. But what I want you to remember is tough times don't last. But tough people do. I said that point in the other class, and one lady said, she held, when we finished, she held her hand and said, also teacher, we can say, when tough gets tougher, only the tougher gets going. When tough gets tough, when tough gets tougher, only the tougher gets going. And when I look at you, you guys look like people that are tough, except for when you are sleeping. Are we together? We are together?
Yes.
Most of the time, we feel about ourselves. Una feel, umepitia hardship, unaona wewe you cannot do it, you cannot make it. I want to tell you a story of a friend of mine. His name is Abdulaziz. You guys did not remind me to put on my mask. Should I put it on now? I want to tell you the story of one of my friends. His name is Abdulaziz. And Abdulaziz died around 2016. But he taught me a lesson that up to date, that lesson is alive with me. And I've carried it along with me. Abdulaziz had cancer. He had a tumor. Alikuwa na tumor hapa kubwa, almost the same size ya kichwa yake. On top of that, Abdulaziz alikuwa amekatwa mguu. Alikatwa mara ya kwanza, then mara ya pili. So Abdulaziz had one leg, imekatwa mara mbili. He had a tumor the size of his head. But Abdulaziz was a special person. With all this, Abdulaziz walikuwa wanaishi Korogocho. The parents hawana pesa hata ya kumpeleka hospitali. Tulikuwa tunafanya mchango, watu wanatuma kwa social media, alitokea mpaka kwa KTN, kwa Citizen, kwa K24. But what ilikuwa unique na Abdulaziz, despite the condition that he was in, Abdulaziz, he will stand and pray. Na hakuwa na pray kama amekaa chini. He will stand and pray on one leg. Abdulaziz, you will come to his house. People will come to his house to see him. People will just petty from their issues, from their life, they had small issues, labda zinawa stress. But wakikuja kwa nyumba ya Abdulaziz, wanapata Abdulaziz amelala. Ama ako pale, amechangamka, ana smile. Anapatia yeye mwenyewe ni mgonjwa, lakini anapatia wale watu wamekuja, anawapatia encouragement. Then one day, something happened. Ambayo ilinishtua, ambayo ilinifunza a lot of lessons. Paka wa leo. So one day niko Jamia, Maghrib. I pray Maghrib. Before I went to the mosque, I put my phone on silent. So after nikitoka kwa mosque, naangalia simu yangu. Nikiangalia simu naona iko na missed call mingi. Before I can check the missed calls, nikaona message imeingia. Ikasema asalamu alaykum. Uko wapi? Alai Abdulaziz amelemewa sana. Kama unaweza fika hapa as soon as possible, please. Na tuko wasichana peke yetu because tulikuwa a few brothers na sisters tunamsaidia. Yeye wani familia yake ana brother mkubwa, so sisi tulikuwa hapo tunamsaidia. A few friends, brothers and sisters. So one of the sisters walituma message akasema Abdulaziz ako hapa na amelemewa sana. Please kuja saa hii. So I was with two of my friends. Tumevaa makanzu, mvua inanyesha, kanzu ya white, hata tujali tuko town. Na tunaenda Korogocho. Tukachukua pikipiki mpaka Korogocho. Tukifika kwa nyumba, Abdulaziz kweli amelemewa. Tukaita ambulance haraka. Ambulance imekuja. Kubeba Abdulaziz kumtoa kwa nyumba, kumpeleka kwa ambulance ilikuwa ngumu kwa sababu Abdulaziz mwili ameisha kabisa, kichwa iko na hiyo tumor, mwili huku hakuna venye tunaweza kumbeba. So ili tulazimu tumbebe na mattress. Tukambeba na mattress, tukampeleka kwa ambulance. Kwa ambulance akafanywa first aid kidogo tu. By the time afike hospitali akakuwa just an inch, ameimprove tu kidogo from ile state yenye tulimpata. Na tukimpata ulikuwa sisi wenyewe unaona huyu jamaa the next minute anaweza aga. He can die the next minute. Tukampeleka hospitali ya Aga Khan, akaekwa kwa kitanda. The doctor akakuja. So sisi tumesimama hapo kando, roho inagonga. We are fearing for the worst. Abdulaziz, daktari akakuja. Akamuuliza, Abdulaziz, how are you? Let me tell you. Abdulaziz alikuwa haezi ongea. Hata kusmile ilikuwa ni ngumu, ana nguvu kwa mwili, lakini he did something that shocked us. Aliinua kichwa kidogo hivi, kichwa akamwangalia daktari, akainua hivi, lip moja hivi, ile ni kama ana smile, ana hivi, alafu akamfanyia. Sasa yuko onyesha, how are you? Akasema I am. Sema pamoja, how are you? I am fine. I am fine. Wale watu tulikuwa hapo, tulishangaa. This is a person that sisi tunaona anytime anaweza aga. Lakini yeye akona courage ya kuface whatever inamuhapenia na kusema I am fine. What about you? Are you in such a situation? Nini yenye wewe inakuzuia wewe kwa ile hardship yenye unapitia kusema I am fine? Just imagine. Nini wewe inakuzuia? A very, very important lesson from our brother. Allah anasema kwa Quran, anasema every soul has a protector. In kullu nafsi lamma alayha hafidh. There is no soul except that it has a protector. That wewe wakati unapitia hardship, when tough times call, remember that you are not alone. You have Allah. When Musa alayhi salam alikuwa kwa sea, this is the sea. Banu Israel wako hapa nyuma yake Farao na jeshi yake wanakuja. Farasi zinakuja mbio. Banu Israel waliogopa, si ndio? Wakasema tumefanya nini? Tumefikiwa. Musa akasema no, verily my Lord is with me. He will guide me. Kalla inna mahiya rabbi sayahdin. Wewe, Allah hayuko na wewe? I want you angalia, even when you are feeling hardships, when you are feeling challenged, when you are going through a tough time, I want you to remember that the tough times are there, but the tough times does not take away the value from you. Does not mean that you are not valuable. Okay? The tough times don't take the value from you. The tough times are there, but you guys are still valuable. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? For you to see me speaking here today, I told you I was brought up by two. Did I tell you? I was brought up by two women, my grandmother and my mother. My grandmother faced a lot of challenges. My grandmother had 6 children. All of them died except my mother. At one point, she was walking from Kitui to Nairobi to come and start afresh when all her children died. My grandmother, alikufa last year. And I remember, I was living here in South Sea, and she died on a day. Alinipigia asubuhi leo, mamangu alinipigia simu leo, kama Saturday akaniambia nyanyako anataka kukuona. And because nilikuwa na kazi mingi hiyo siku, nikasema, madhe kesho ni Sunday, siko kazini, wacha nitakuja kesho. Kesho yake, nikiwa kwa barabara nikienda kumwona nyanya yangu, akakufa. Kwa barabara napigiwa simu, nakumbuka kwa hiyo gari nililia. I've never cried like that. I remembered my grandmother. She brought us up. She encouraged us. Even when tulikuwa tunaishi kwa nyumba ya matope, we didn't have anything. Our grandmother filled us up with words of encouragement. She would always tell me, Hassan, ananiambia kutembea mguu tupu leo haiwezi kuzuia wewe kutembea na kiatu kesho. My grandmother walikuwa wanatuambia na mama yangu wanatuambia, Hassan, hakuna mtu anakuanga ameekelewa mawe ati hawezi pita hapo. Kumaanisha you can become anything that you want to be. At that time nilikuwa your age, nilikuwa nikitoka shule 310 ama 5. Naenda nachukua kibuyu ya maziwa, nachukua kikombe, natembea mbali sana naenda kuuza maziwa, narudi nyumbani saa 5 usiku. But my grandmother and my mother walihakikisha that all the encouragement tulikuwa tunahitaji, words walikuwa wanatuambia. Me, I love to sit down with my grandmother, aniambie story yake, ametoka wapi, anipigie story yetu, zile hardship amepitia. And I remember, while my grandmother was being lowered to the grave, I cried a river. I cried so much. Because my grandmother, even though she did not leave us any wealth, any property, any money, any land, what she left in us. Me, after Allah, I stand here today to speak to you, to encourage you, to motivate you, to inspire you, because of the two women, my mother and my grandmother. And growing up, my mother had 7 children. I'm the second born. I grew up where I was born. Tulikuwa na nyumba ya matope, mud house. Nyumba ya matope. I'm sure most of you hamjaiona nyumba ya matope. But that has not prevented me from becoming the person I am today. If I don't tell you those words, will you think that I come from that life? With the games, the team building that we had in the morning, will you think I've come from that life? I want you guys to believe in yourself. I want us to say this as we finish. This world cannot break me.
This world cannot break me.
No, you guys, Aki, you guys have no energy. Ama mmechoka. We just finished there? No. Okay, let's say this together. Let's finish with the power punch. Okay. This, and then we show with actions. Let's put your attitude kidogo. Sindio? We are girls. We want to enjoy our is it called our girlhood? Is it called our girlhood? Okay. Okay. This world cannot break me.
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 Unless I give it permission.
I give it permission.
It cannot own me
It cannot own me
unless
unless
I hand it the keys.
I hand it the keys.
Unless
Unless
I give it my heart.
I give it my heart.
I have handed
I have handed
those keys
those keys
to the world for a while.
to the world for a while.
I have handed
I have handed
those keys
those keys
to the world for a while.
to the world for a while.
Now, I will take them back
I will take them back
right now.
right now.
Right now.
Right now.
This
This
is not the end.
is not the end.
I reclaim my heart
I reclaim my heart
to hand it over
to hand it over
to the rightful owner.
to the rightful owner.
I hand my heart to Allah. Naweza. Unaweza. Tunaweza. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I pray, nawaombea all the best in your life. Inshallah, fi dunya wal akhirah. Okay, assalamu alaikum.